Mhm. All right. So, just briefly, the topics that we're going to go over, I'm going to do a quick intro and introduce myself for those of you who don't know me or don't really know me very well. We are going to be doing a few minute of a self-love journaling exercise that I absolutely love. So make sure you have your journal and a pen handy. We're going to be going over some wellness tips that you can start implementing today. We're going to be doing a mini Reiki session. I'm going to be announcing a new way that you are able to work with me. And then there's going to be a Q&A, so you can ask me questions either about the new program that I'm offering, about my other services that I offer, or just questions in general. So let's continue. So who is Zen Gen Holistic? Well, Zen Gen Holistic is my company and my name is Jennifer Lee. So I'm a Reiki practitioner and I specialize in overcoming trauma, releasing negative pent-up energy, chakra balancing, and improving the overall health and wellness of my clients. I'm also a wellness coach and a self-love coach. I do also promote products that I absolutely love that are really great for the holistic experience. Now, holistic meaning the whole body, so it's physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So I'm just going to give you a little snippet. So Reiki, honestly, it saved my life, hands down. I grew up with this overwhelming sense of being an empath. So I didn't really understand what the actual word empath meant and what it really like looked like. I just knew that I felt different and I was very, very sensitive to other people's energy. So when I was 11, my father passed away unexpectedly, and I really took that to heart because I witnessed it. And then I felt so much grief and so much anger and resentment. And then I also blamed myself because I felt like there was something I should have done. But at that point, when you're 11 years old and you know your father has already dead, there's nothing that you really can do. So I kind of took that along with me with that grief and that depression with me. And then shortly after, my mother couldn't raise me and my brother. So we were living with multiple family members, like bouncing around. We lived under like 4 or 5 different roofs per year. And we didn't have a stable upbringing. So that was really hard on us. Not to mention, some of the family members were physically and mentally abusive. So I was super depressed. I had a lot of anxiety, and I definitely felt unworthy. Like I didn't feel that I was worthy of having love. Um, so that kind of led me to start drinking and start partying. And I grew up in Miami, for those of you who didn't know. So that was kind of the scene to do there. So I was living that Miami lifestyle, and it didn't really help me on my healing journey. Um, and then when I got a little older, I was still young. I became a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid. I was on death's door. I had something called aplastic anemia, which is a low platelet disorder. And the treatment for that is a similar treatment to how you treat leukemia. So I was treated in the cancer center, and I like did not again feel worthy. I felt just like unloved. Like, why am I dealing with this? Like, what the heck is wrong with me? And I just could not overcome this. So after about a year of treatment and then getting better, I realized I was spared for a reason. There's a reason that I am still here and that I needed to continue living so I can share my message. Now, I it took me a little while. It took me to my early 20s to actually start my healing journey, but once I did, it was life-changing. I'm going to tell you, it was like life-changing. I didn't think that there would be a week I could go by without feeling like I was depressed. So I am so excited that I started down that healing path, and I wanted to connect, a little bit more with my ancestors. My family's from Panama, and I am indigenous to Central and South America. So my family are Native Americans to those regions. So in Panama, Colombia, and Costa Rica. So I wanted to learn more about my ancestors and what they practice. And they practice shamanism, which is a type of holistic healing. And I wanted to tap into that a little bit more. So I started reading and tapping into my spirituality. And then I started going to yoga. And this all really, really helped me. So I started getting into crystals and essential oils, and it was all amazing but nothing like Reiki. Somebody brought me to a Reiki circle, and I will tell you, I was hooked. I started going every week, and it was the first time in forever that I actually felt so happy and so excited to live life and to be like, there is something more than being depressed all the time. So after about 6 months to a year of going to Reiki circles, and then working one-on-one with the Reiki coach, I decided I wanted to get my Reiki certification just so I can continue to heal myself. But after I got the first certification, I realized like I need to be able to help share this with other people and to help heal other people. Because for the first time in my life, I felt amazing and I knew what my true purpose was. And I know we go through life often wondering what our purpose is. And then I realized that I was meant to go through all this BS and all this trauma and depression and anxiety and just my low self-worth. So that way I could be able to come out on top, which I feel freaking amazing. And for me to help bring others up as well. So that's why I'm so passionate about what I do. So that is Zen Gen Holistic and Jennifer Lee in a nutshell. So now, as I was talking about feeling unworthy and with a low self-esteem, that's why I went on a self-love healing journey. So today we're going to be doing a mini journaling exercise, and it's what I call a gratitude love letter to ourselves. So that's why we want to have our journal handy and to have our pen handy and for us to journal. So what this is going to look like is it's going to be literally a love letter to ourselves. It's not going to be a letter that is going to be talking about, like what we love about ourselves. Like, oh, I love this. I love my hair, that it's brown and whatever it may be. I love that I'm tall. It's literally going to be a gratitude journaling exercise where we tap into something that we may not fully love about ourselves. So that way we can grow more gratitude around it. So I'm going to give you an example. So for example, I'm going to check the chat real quick. Oh, thank you. Just wanted to make sure, like, in case, my computer went out or something, somebody's like, hey, we can't hear you. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example about how we're going to go about doing this journaling exercise, because you could write a list about what you love about yourself, but it's even more challenging to tap into what you may not fully love about yourself yet. So say, for example, I, just had a baby and I'm trying to lose those extra few pounds of weight. So instead of me, complaining and being upset about the weight, I'm actually going to write a love letter to myself saying, dear Jennifer, or dear whatever your name is, I absolutely unconditionally love the fact that my body was so strong and able to help carry this beautiful, healthy baby. And I know that I may not be my ideal weight that I'm looking for, but I feel so strong and I know that I'm going to get there. So something like that. So for example, I didn't love my body the way it was because I just had a baby, but I am showing so much gratitude that I was able to carry a baby in my body. So that's just a little bit of an example of how we're going to do this. So this is a great opportunity for you to take a look and say, what is something that I'm like working on self? Maybe I am trying to lose a few pounds. But what can we find gratitude? Maybe the fact that your body's strong and able to overcome illnesses and things like that. So we're going to take a few minutes and write a love letter to ourselves. If you guys have any questions about that, feel free to drop a question in the chat. But I'm going to do my journaling exercise with you guys.
Hello.
And we're not going to be hi. We're not going to be sharing it. So this is completely personal for you. This is just a really great way for you to tap into yourself.
I have
Do you have a question, Natalie?
Is it just regarding to our appearance? Like
no.
body?
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for saying that. No, it could be your mindset. Like, so it could be anything. This is just about what love for ourselves. This is not, like, oh, I'm so grateful that, like I have my dog and, he keeps me company. This is about yourself. So for example, remember I was talking about how my mindset was like, I was super depressed and anxiety. Like I am so grateful that I went through all that BS, because look at me now, I am a freaking badass. So like you would write something, like that. It could be mindset. It could be about your self-image. It could be anything that pertains to your self-love.
Okay, thank
That was
you.
such a great question. Thank you, Natalie.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to give you guys another minute or so to finish up that letter to yourself. And then at the end of it, make sure you sign your name. So mine was obviously saying, love, Jennifer. All right, so I'm going to continue on because the next is going to be the wellness tips, but you are welcome to explore this whenever you feel that you are not where you want to be. Feel free to journal about it, but then also feel free to read back what you wrote to yourself and allow yourself to be grateful. So if you guys have any questions about it, make sure you let me know. Drop a question in the chat. Thank you guys. All right, next we're going to be talking about wellness tips. Now, these tips that I'm going to be talking about is kind of in regards to the chakras and nutrition. So when it comes to chakras, there are over 100 chakras in our body. So there's chakras in our hands, there's chakras in our feet, and there's chakras everywhere in our body. But there are 7 main chakras, which are energy centers or energy points. It's just the way that the energy moves. So the 7 main chakras are the root chakra on the base of the spine. That's all about our survival. That's about our grounding, our stability, our security. The sacral chakra is our creativity. It's our passion. The solar plexus in our stomach is all about power and trusting our gut feeling. The heart chakra in the center of our chest is all about love. It's unconditional love to ourselves. It's unconditional love to other beings and animals. The throat chakra is all about communication. So it's in our ears and in our throat area. The third eye in our brow area is about intuition. And then our crown chakra right at the top of the head is about our enlightenment, our consciousness, and it's all about transformation. Now, what does eating the rainbow have to do with our chakras? So that's what the next slide is going to kind of dive in a little bit more. So as you see in this little diagram, and feel free to screenshot anything if you see that you are interested in it, or you want to screenshot it, that's fine. So the reason why we want to eat the rainbow for our inner rainbow is because of this. So the different types of colors from the fruits and vegetables work with our chakras in different ways. And it's kind of funny because you're just like, how does that have to do with anything? Again, like I mentioned, chakras are energy centers. So the different colors of the fruits and vegetables do affect us in different ways. So the red fruits, which is associated with the root chakra, is all about our immune health. The next chakra is the sacral chakra, and that's about our reproductive health. So you see all those oranges, fruits, and vegetables. And then the stomach and the solar plexus area is the gut health. So that kind of makes sense because you're like, oh, it's our gut. We got to trust our gut feeling. That and ways to kind of help trust our gut is by eating more of those yellow fruits and vegetables. And then next would be our heart health, our cardiovascular health, our heart chakra. So anything green is going to really help get that energy flowing. And then the blue and purple fruits. So the blue is for the throat and the third eye is the purple. That's really great for our communication and our brain and cognitive function. And then the white, which is associated with the crown chakra, is all about our enlightenment and purification. So this little diagram on the right, kind of going over the colors, it gives you more information about what those colors do when you eat them and take them internally. Some other wellness tips in order to kind of help allow that energy to start flowing freely is to eliminate or try to reduce processed food, like any type of food that comes in a bag that's already pre-cooked, or any type of fast food is really going to kind of help decrease your system and your function. So when we don't have the proper nutrition and we don't eat the colors of the rainbow or eat the rainbow diet, what happens to us is that our body starts to notice discomfort and dis-ease. That's when our body starts to kind of speak to us in ways that may not be so pleasant. So you might start getting a lot of headaches or migraines. You might start getting some type of pain, like a lot of stomach pain, or maybe you will have high blood pressure, or you'll have heart troubles. So in order to kind of combat some of those illnesses, eating the rainbow diet is going to be very, very helpful in playing for those key function for the heart chakra, the root chakra, and all of the other chakras. If you guys have any questions about that, I know that's just kind of like a brief overview. Just let me know. I am going to be doing a bigger chakra series and kind of diving in a little bit deeper, but I wanted to like kind of go over what the rainbow diet looks like. And of course, how that correlates with our chakras. And then the chakras are all, the chakra colors are all listed on the right where it says the colorful energy of food. Those are all the different types of chakra colors. So it's kind of funny, what we eat has a big role in how we feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. So I think that I just found that super interesting. I definitely wanted to share those types of tricks with you and those tips. So in order for you to start feeling a little bit better, try to implement eating all of these different colors each day. Like, what can you start implementing today that is going to allow you to feel even better? What I love is that there are multiple different fruits and vegetables that you can eat that maybe somebody else doesn't like, but you love. So I love tomatoes, but maybe a friend of mine doesn't like tomatoes. So I'm going to start implementing a lot more tomatoes into my diet. And that this is just a really good overall way to kind of start implementing, again, more fruits and vegetables, get a better nutrition, and then allow those energy centers to flow a little bit freer. Another thing about chakras is that when our chakras are blocked, say we have experienced trauma, or we, are having any type of issue because we're not digesting the food the way we need to, because we're eating a lot of processed food or even a lot of sugar. When we start eating properly, this is going to allow the energy to flow through us freer. And that way we don't have as many blockages in our energy system and throughout our body. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. I know it was a little brief, but it's just an overall kind of way that you can start implementing more of this into your diet. And of course, this is not just about having fruits and vegetables and that being it. It's not a vegan diet. It's just about implementing more of what's good for you. What can we take from nature that is natural that we can start implementing today into our lives? I grabbed this information from Dr. Deanna Minich. I may have said her name wrong, so I do apologize if I did. She does have a PhD in nutrition and going over the diet and what she calls the rainbow diet. So I absolutely love that. And I love that it kind of works hand in hand with the chakras. So now I know this is what a lot of people were interested in, is we're going to be doing a mini Reiki session. So let me see what time it is. It's 12:23. So I'm going to take about the next 10, 15, so maybe like 12 or so minutes, and we're going to be doing a mini Reiki session. So for those of you who are not too familiar with Reiki, Reiki is an energy healing. You do not need to be in the same room. It's literally just frequencies of energy. So a really good, easy way that you could think about what Reiki energy is, it's kind of like listening to music. When you listen to a really good, fun, upbeat song, you start feeling really great. So that's kind of what Reiki is. It's like that really fun, upbeat song, and you end up feeling really great. So what I'm going to do is a little mini Reiki and chakra balancing, like we were just mentioning the chakras. And so what you're going to want to do now is you could either sit or lay down, and you're just going to want to get comfortable. So I am going to mute my my computer so that way there's no background noise in case my dog wants to start barking or whatnot. But feel free to either sit down or lay down and just get comfortable. You're going to want to sit down. I'm going to be using some crystals and just relax. There are a few different sensations you may or may not feel. You may feel a little bit of tingling, your stomach may start rumbling, you may feel some heat, and your ears may start popping. And those are all just a sign of the energy that kind of moving around in your body. If you don't feel anything either, that's okay too. It's just about how open you are to receiving the energy, and everybody receives energy differently. So with that being said, please feel free to get comfortable however you want to get comfortable. I think almost everybody's camera is off. You can turn off your camera if it's not off, but feel free, get comfortable, lay down, sit down, and then I am going to guide you in and guide you out, so you're not kind of like left wondering like, what's going on? So again, get comfortable, close your eyes. I want you guys to take 3 deep breaths. So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. begin to move your fingers in your feet to wake up the body. Whenever your body starts waking up a little more, you're welcome to open your eyes. And then whenever you feel ready, you're welcome to either sit up or stand up and just kind of move out the extra energy that's in your body. So after Reiki or any type of energy healing, it's really important to make sure you stay hydrated because a lot of energy is moving through your body. So yeah, so make sure you either grab some water or, grab something to drink. You may notice you may actually feel a little thirsty too. How's everybody feeling? You can feel free to drop a comment in the chat if you would like.
I am great. Actually, I was finished eating, so I was not laying anything, but we feel the same, the refreshing sensation of Reiki, that it is amazing.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. So much lighter. I love it. Oh, thanks. Okay, good. Yeah. So a lot of the times, people will, like you said, feel refreshed, feel a little bit lighter. And especially if you've overcome some type of trauma or you're working on overcoming trauma, you may actually start to feel like a little bit of a release. So if you end up crying or you feel like a little emotional, that's fine too. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first started doing Reiki, especially dealing with all the things that I've dealt with, I, would cry throughout my sessions. But it's just a really great way to release the extra pent up energy that's in our system.
Mhm.
I feel awake and refreshed. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad to hear that. Good, good. So we're going to actually jump on to our next topic, which is actually a new way to work with me. So this is really great program, and it may not be for everyone, but if it's not for you, at least you might be able to think of somebody that it might be great for. And then at the end of me kind of going over what this new way to work with me is, you can feel free to ask me questions. You can ask me questions about my other services, or you can just ask me questions in general if you'd like. So this new way to work with me is my 12-week one-on-one VIP program, and it's not a brand new program. I only offer it at certain times throughout the year. So for those of you who've been following me for a while, know that this is the second time I'm offering it this year, but this session is going to be a little bit different. So this one is called Step Into Your Power. And why it's called Step Into Your Power is because this program is made for people that are ready to take their life to the next level. They're ready to transform. Maybe you have dealt with some trauma and you are working on overcoming that so you can feel so much better about yourself. Maybe you feel a little bit stuck in life and you're not quite sure what the next step is because you feel uninspired and you just kind of feel like a little bit of a lull, and maybe there's a little bit of a blockage there. This is a program that's meant for you. So again, it's called Step Into Your Power. So what does it look like to work in this program with me? So it's going to be 6 weeks of 1 hour Reiki healing sessions with chakra balancing, and then 15 minutes of wellness coaching. And then it's going to be another 6 weeks of 1 hour self-love coaching. It could be confidence coaching. It could be a little bit of role play. So for example, if you have a problem setting boundaries and you want to work through that, maybe we can role play that. So it's going to be designed and fit for your specific needs. Now the weeks are going to alternate. So we'll start off with Reiki healing so I can tap into your energy, do a little bit of balancing, and then kind of get a feel for what we need to work on. And then the next week would be the self-love coaching or the role play, whatever we need to, work on that way. And then we'll kind of go back and forth, with each of the healing sessions. In between the weeks is going to be a special homework assignment. And I know when you think of homework, you're like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want any homework. This is going to be a fun homework to start implementing what we have been working on. So say, for example, during, the Reiki, I think maybe like a meditation or something would be beneficial for you. And that kind of came up when we were talking about inner wellness coaching. I may recommend, hey, why don't you try to meditate, 3 times before the next week, even if it's for 5 minutes a day, just to start implementing a little bit more. So it could be something like that. It could be something like journaling or, taking salt baths or something like that. So it's going to be like a fun homework that you can really start to dedicate more time to yourself and really dedicate and focus on your healing and transformational growth. So yeah, like I mentioned, the homework is going to be to integrate what we were talking about. And then there's going to be a midweek touch point, with me emailing you as your accountability partner. So that I'm going to be following up with you saying, hey, how do you feel? What are you struggling with? What can I help you with? And of course, there's going to be an open line of communication, regardless in between the weeks, but I will be making sure to touch base with you at least once per in between the weeks. So that way we can work through anything that may be coming up for you. So how this is a little bit different than some of my other programs is that it comes with a bunch of bonuses. So once you sign up to work with me one-on-one for the 12-week VIP program, you are going to get access to a mini Reiki release. It's a 15-minute MP4, and that is used to help release any type of negative or stagnant energy or blockages. So that way we are open to attracting and welcoming more abundance into our lives. And that is great. You can listen to it whenever, and you have lifetime access to that. So you can listen to it whenever you need a pick-me-up or whenever you need to just kind of release what no longer serves you. And it's really great for the full moon too. So that's really fun to have on deck. You're going to be getting a complimentary 6-month 75-minute Reiki and wellness coaching touch point. So that's going to be included with the whole VIP program. So after our container finishes, after the 12 weeks, there is going to be a complimentary 6-month mark where we touch base and we do a Reiki healing and cleansing session. And then we can go over anything else that you may be kind of overcoming. And then for 1 full year after our container finishes, you will have 10% off all one-on-one sessions. So if you wanted to do more Reiki sessions or more self-love coaching sessions, it's an unlimited value. So you are able to take advantage of that whenever you need it. So how much do you think this would cost? It's $111 for 75-minute Reiki session and $89 for a self-love coaching session. So I worked it all together as like a package. So you get a bunch of bonuses with it. So for the full 12 weeks, it's $1,200. But if you wanted to pay monthly, it's $425 per month for the 3 months. So that's the program in a nutshell. So maybe this program isn't for you. Maybe you could think of somebody that may benefit from it. But this is the new program that I'm going to be offering. So if you guys have any questions about this, now is when we're going to be doing our Q&A. So if you have questions about this or interested in any other program that I'm offering, please feel free to either drop me a comment or you can unmute yourself. And this is the perfect time to ask me any type of questions that you guys have.
I have a question.
Yes.
How the program, it's not for me because I'm working with a coach right now. But just for the Reiki session, like distance, how much it is do you have a website or what?
I do. Absolutely. I do. So for the 75-minute session, it's $111. So that's going to be for the distance healings. So what that's going to look like, it's going to be 1 full hour of Reiki. I will send you a meditation video prior to that. So that way you can listen along to the meditation video while I do Reiki. And then for the 15 minutes, we could either do a Zoom or a telephone call, whatever your preference is. And then I will go over what I found. So that means what chakras are blocked, what my recommendations are. And I'm an intuitive, so I do pick up other messages that you can start implementing. Now, all of my recommendations, I usually give a few recommendations per chakra that I was working on. Again, they're recommendations. You can either take them or leave them, and they're specific to you. So it's about whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, probably I will benefit on that. Yeah, just let me see my schedule and check your schedule. Your website, it is
I'm on Heal Me, or is it heal.me? I think it's heal.me.
I'm there too. Oh, okay.
But I would definitely,
Okay.
I'll make sure I send the link for that, so that way you could take a look at the services. And then if
Okay.
you were interested in self-love coaching or like the role play, confidence boosting, whatever that may be, that's $89 for an hour. But I will send you the link, and you can kind of take a look and look through some other things too.
Okay. I just have to go, but please send me the link.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you. It was great. You are evolved, so for sure. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. See you
Bye.
later. Okay. Bye.
Does anybody else
Bye, Natalie. Bye, Amanda. Bye.
Bye. Does anybody else have any other questions?
I just have an idea.
Oh yeah? Tell me.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't have a chance to meet Amanda and Natalie, and I see Natalie, I just feel the good energy from them. Why don't you start for I would say a good price, because it's a Reiki group, and we could meet weekly or bi-weekly.
Okay.
And because it's a group, it's cheaper for everybody and everybody can participate.
Yes, I love that. And it's funny enough, I do actually offer group sessions. So that's funny that you mentioned that. Yes. So that's another one of my programs that I offer.
I'm very interested that, because
awesome.
then
We'll definitely touch base on that.
Yeah, please let me know about that.
Absolutely.
Because that's something really nice, affordable, and it's not just because of that, it's because we can exchange energy. You see, I can really feel Natalie has
Natalie is my girl. I love her.
Yeah.
She does have a great energy.
And I feel Amanda, but because I don't see her face, but when you see the face, but we are here for a reason, So if you decide to do something with group, I'm in. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Great. What?
Thank you, Sandra. You are great.
Oh, thank you. Okay, sorry, I just have to go because I have a client one, but let's keep in touch. Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Bye, Sandra.
Bye.
Does anybody else have any questions? It looks like there was another person that had to jump off. Amanda, you're still on, and Natalie, you're still on. Do you guys have any questions?
I don't so far.
Okay. I know, Natalie, we talk like every day, so I know if you have a question, you will let me know. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, if I know that you said you're zoomed out, so if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comment. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I am going to be wrapping this up. Oh, let me see. I'd love to check out your website, so I'll keep an eye for it. Perfect. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sending everybody the recording as just a follow-up email, and then I will attach my website on there too, so you can take a look. Again, I know this program may not be for everyone. I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to take a look at this program first, because you guys signed up for this amazing free workshop. So yeah, I wanted everybody to have first dibs on it, whoever wanted to came here, because I do only have 3 spots available for this, but I will send you my website as well. You guys can take a look at my other types of services that I offer. And I know something will work for you regardless of whatever you're looking for. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to be here with you. And I really appreciate your time, and keep an eye for later today for the recording that we'll be sending your way.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great.